Hi guys, Yellow here, and in this video, I'm going to be doing my cell phone collection video as of June 2025. So, I have 4 of the boxes, which is 4 phones, and I'm going to be just showing you all of the phones that I have in all these 4 boxes. So, let's start with this one. Alrighty, let's start with the Nokia N72. This phone actually works, but right now it's dead. Here we have a Bravus C240 middle. Here you can see my face for that. It works, but it's dead. Next up is the Alcatel One Touch 117. It works, no battery. Next up is the itel IT2163R. It works. It doesn't have any speaker problems. It's just on silent or meeting mode, so the start and shutdown sounds are not played. Next up is the Samsung SGH N500. It works, but it's dead. Next up is the ATEL AMPC 800, I think it is. It's on Intertelecom. This phone works, but right now it's dead. Oh, and by the way, when the SIM card is inserted, it just gets stuck on the Intertelecom logo. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Here we have a Siemens AL21. And this phone works, but yeah, you can hear the low battery warning on this one. When I try to put the SIM card in it, it doesn't read the SIM card. Alrighty, here we have a Samsung X640. This phone hasn't been used for a while, but this phone is dead. Next up is one of my backup phones, which I purchased in 2018, probably. The Sigma Mobile Extreme IT67M. It works, but it's dead. And by the way, the charger port is broken on this one. I'm trying to flash on this one. You see? Alrighty. Here we have a Motorola C200. And this phone works, but it's dead. And by the way, it has a speaker problem. Here we have a Alcatel slider, probably the OTE260. It works. You can hear a low battery warning on this one. Alrighty. Here we have a Samsung Z540. It works, but it's dead. Next up is the Samsung GTE2121B. And this phone works, but it's dead. Here we have a Sony Xperia phone. I don't know which model could this possibly be. Yeah, my hand is shaking for a bit, so. Yeah, this one actually works, but right now this phone is dead. Here we have one of my quite rare phones, the Philips Xenium 909 Plus. This phone actually works, and it could glitch out of me for a little bit, so I have no idea why this is happening. Here we have a Nokia 1100. It works, but it's dead. I mean, it's not actually dead though. My bad. It has no battery. My bad. Sorry. Here we have a Astro A180 RX. It works, but it's dead. Alrighty. Here we have a Samsung S5233T. Or probably the Samsung Avila. It works, but right now this phone is dead. Also, this phone hasn't been used for a while, so... Get in there. There you go. Here we have a Nokia 6630. And this phone works, but it's dead. Next up is one of my two Samsung X120s. This phone works, but it's dead. Here we have a BQ Tank Power. It works, but this phone right now is dead. It has a crack on the screen and a speaker problem. Here we have a Motorola V120e on Movicom, Bell South. It works, but this phone right now is dead, and it hasn't been used for a while too. Here we have a HTC RT100, I think it is. This was probably one of my first PDAs. It does work. And next up is the Nokia 3310. They call this the legendary phone because they say it's unbreakable. This phone is still remaining untested, and the battery was bloated, so I threw it to the trash. So this means it has no battery right now. So here we have a Motorola Sliver or Silver, whatever, however you pronounce it. I say Silver. This phone does work. Next up is one of my two E1150Is. This phone works, but it has no battery. Oh, and by the way, the Motorola Silver has a little battery in it. This one has no battery. I'm talking about one of my E1150Is. Damn. That sounded distorted, to be honest with you. Yeah, that sounds distorted. But it actually works, so. Yeah, that sounds distorted for real. I was losing it on this one, so. Don't mind the wallpaper on my Motorola Silver. I use this for my joke video. Going to the Abandoned Place 6.0. It's probably one of my joke videos, so. Here we have a Samsung C3010. This phone works, but right now it's dead. And it has a bit of a screen problem, like the white big net and the white lines on the screen too. Next up is the Samsung C260. And this phone works, but right now it's dead. Alrighty. Here we have a Bravis F243 folder. I think it is. And this phone works, but it's dead. And it has a speaker problem on this one too. Here we have a Baofeng C40. This phone actually works, but it has no battery since the Baofeng battery is bloated. Yeah, it has no battery. I tested the Intel or itel battery on this Baofeng C40, but it actually works. One of my two Ericsson T10Ss. This phone is untested. Here we have a LG GD350. This phone works, but right now it's dead. And it could probably have a bad battery too. Next up is one of my old smartphones, the Honor 7C Pro. It works, but right now it's dead, and it has a bit of a touchscreen problem. So, next up is the Siemens CF62. This one has no battery because the battery was bloated. Here we have an SE3. This is a fly phone. This phone works, but right now the battery is dead on this one. Here we have a iPhone, probably the first one ever. It works, but right now it's dead. Also, this one hasn't been used for a while. Here we have a OT209. It has a problem with the right key, possibly. It works, but this phone right now is dead. Next up is the Samsung SGH X660. This phone works, but right now it's dead, and it has a bad battery on this one too. Here we have one of my old phones, the Motorola V172 on Telefonica Unifon. Probably just like Movistar, possibly. This phone actually works. Yep, but the battery right now it's empty on this one. Like I said, this is one of my old phones. When I got this when I was probably a little young. Alrighty. Here we have a LG M4410, I think it is. This phone works, but right now it has no battery. Here we have a Nokia 2760. This one, yes, I did actually test it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not a good sign for this phone. I'm sorry. This phone actually does work, but unfortunately for this phone, it has a broken flex cable. You know what I'm gonna say? This is a flexi moment. Talking about flexi. Next up is the Samsung S3600. This phone works, but right now it's dead, and it could have a bit of a bad battery too. Get in there. There you go. Next up is the Nokia 1616. This phone works, but right now it's dead. Here we have a Motorola C115 on CTI Mobile, probably a Spanish carrier. This phone works, but right now it's dead. Also, talking about the battery, the C15's battery is dead, so I decided to test it using my V172's battery. But actually, this phone works. I got this phone too when I was a bit young with my Motorola V172. Here we have a Nokia. I don't remember the model on this one anymore. Let me check what it is. Nokia 1110i. This phone works, but right now it is dead. Here we have a Sigma Mobile Comfort 50 Slim. It works, no battery. Probably the battery is bloated on this one. Here we have a Motorola V360V on Vodafone. This phone works, but right now it's dead. Alrighty, here we have a Samsung Galaxy W. This phone works, but right now it's dead. Like I said, you can see my face on this one. And by the way, I'm recording this phone with my mom's Galaxy M33. I asked her to record this video, so here we have a GB190, I think it is. This one is an LG. Hold that back, how we get out of there. Will it? put that back up or get out of there. I just can't. Alright, let me pause the video for a quick. GB170. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. It was a GB170. I don't remember the model on this one anymore, but it is a GB170, so this phone works, but it's dead. One of my two Keystone 2s, the GTE 1200i. This one works, but no battery on this one. Probably bloated, sort of. And here we have a Nokia 3230. It works, no battery. Next up is a Samsung phone. I think it's a Movistar, sort of. I don't remember the model on this one, but the charger port on this one is broken. See this, the charger port is broken on this one, so. Alright, let me pause the video for a moment, so. GTS5301L. Like I said, I think it's on Movistar. This phone works, but right now this phone is dead. Here we have a Sigma Mobile. I think it's an Extreme IZ68, I think it is. It does work. And yeah, the battery's dead on this one. I mean, it's not actually dead, but it's empty. So I need to charge it very soon on this one. Here we have a Nomi i177. This phone works, but right now it has no battery on it. Here we have a Nokia. I think it's a 6610 or no. Sorry, my bad. 6100. This one is a Nokia 6100. It works, no battery. Next up is the Nokia 6030, I think it is. It works, but right now it's dead. My second X120. This one has no battery. By the way, I got 2 extra batteries for this one. I'll show you. So these are the 2 batteries that I got for this phone. These both batteries are actually dead, so my second Keystone 2. It actually works, but this one's dead right now, so here we have a Nokia 1255 on Reliance. It works. Next up is the Alcatel OTC 701A. This phone is on Reliance, but the battery is an Intertelecom, so this means it was probably on the Intertelecom stores, I don't know. Like I said, this is the Alcatel OTC 701A. Like I said, you can see my face. This phone works, but it has no battery on this one. Here we have a BenQ Siemens S68. Probably one of my first BenQ Siemens phones. It works. Alrighty, here we have a Nokia 200 or the Asha 200. It works, but this one is dead right now. Alrighty. Here we have a LG GX200. It works, but it has the missing keys over there, but I can still use this phone. Now let me turn off this BenQ Siemens S68 for a moment. This one has a little battery power. There you go. Here we have a Alcatel 2004G. This phone works, but right now it's dead. And this was the part 1 of my phone collection video as of June 2025. So this means part 2 will be coming soon, so stay tuned.